2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
A man who can say quite a bit, though, about our next topic, which is science, is Dr. John Holdsworth. He is a senior lecturer in the Faculty of Science and Information Technology. I had one of those moments a second ago, John. Hello and welcome. I looked at IT, and do you think I could think information technology? I was thinking innovation technology. It just wouldn't come to me, so I do apologise, but then it finally rushed in. Welcome.
Indeed. Thank you for having me along.
Last time we chatted, we had a tremendous response. We talked about atomic clocks and all sorts of interesting things. Today, you've brought along some pictures, which I can show to the camera, but not everyone listening. But you want to talk to me about light, and particularly the use of lasers and light in medicine.
That's correct. Well, you'll remember that this year is the International Year of Light, so it's appropriate for us to examine how light interacts with us. And light in medicine, even from, newborn stage, if babies have jaundice, they're put under light.
That's right.
In order to treat that condition. And as you're aware, we need about 10 minutes of sunshine per day for our vitamin D allowance. And in the wider sense, medicine has used light and lasers now to treat a wide variety of conditions. And one that's particularly relevant is when they use light to manage our eyesight.
Okay.
So people with diabetes may ultimately suffer from what's called retinopathy, diabetic retinopathy. And this is where new blood vessels form in the retina, and these new blood vessels can leak. And then once there's blood in the eyeball, so to speak, in what's called the vitreous humour, your vision goes as a result. So an ophthalmologist will use a laser to seal off those blood vessels which look like they may leak.
Okay, so that's actually being used as a treatment. It's not just
indeed
a diagnostic tool.
Yes.
But in fact using the light beam, the laser beam, to cauterize, for want of a better word, the problematic cells. Is that it?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
And that treatment is available widely in Newcastle today.
I'm just thinking about the idea of, if you had have suggested that possibly even 15 years ago, you would have been speaking about something from science fiction, indeed. So I'm wondering what we'll be able to use light for into the future. Is there any sort of projections of that?
Oh, yes. As we get better at matching the colour of light to the particular task, because, I'm a person who makes lasers and I'm into optics and so on. And there are like standard colours of lasers, and the task for people like me is to make different colours of lasers so that they interact with human tissue and allow diagnostics. So you can shine violet light on cancers and they will glow, or they can glow red. So then a surgeon, after excision of a particular tumour, can shine violet light there, and where they see patches of glowing red, that's where they need to excise a bit more tissue.
They need to work out if they've got it all in lay people's parlance.
It's got it all.
Excellent.
Yes.
What other examples can you share with us, John? I've loved this stuff. I'm
Right.
a little bit of a junkie about technology and medical technology particularly.
Yes.
What other ways are we using light?
Well, people who have tattoos and choose later in life to remove those tattoos, you can use the power of the laser to vaporize the ink in the tattoo and therefore remove the colour.
I've often wondered actually how tattoo removal works. I don't have any tattoos myself, but I know people that have sought to have them removed, and they say if you think tattooing is a bit uncomfortable,
Yes.
the removal of them is incredibly uncomfortable. Is that
Yes,
what
that
you've
would
heard?
be correct, because ultimately when light is absorbed by the human body, it emerges as heat. And we've got the capability of removing a certain amount of heat, and then beyond that you will burn. I mean, it's a Same with sunburn, actually. It's the amount of energy that we're absorbing in a particular period of time. So tattoo removal requires a very skilled operator,
Yes.
and to monitor the amount of heat that is deposited in the skin. You want to remove the tattoo, you don't want to cause a burn.
Okay, that's very delicate, I should imagine.
Oh, yes.
And also, I'm just noticing here that you're saying that, of course, we're using laser in all sorts of other skin procedures and things
yes.
as well, aren't we?
Yeah, one thing that I find particularly amusing is that there's laser hair removal and there's laser hair growth.
Actually, I'm pleased you've raised that, because I have often wondered what do they do? Is it just a different spectrum of light, or what happens?
Yes, well, it's a different intensity of light.
Okay.
And where you want to remove hair, you would use a higher intensity.
Okay.
And if you like, there's a very interesting and still developing area. Our knowledge is still developing of how low intensity light can make ulcers heal, can cause hair to grow. It interacts with the body in a different way than using high intensity light, which then comes out as heat. So you can denature cells if you like, cauterize if you want, when you're using a high power light. But low power light causes a stimulation effect, and it can stimulate healing and hair growth.
And is this how also laser works with scar treatment?
Yes.
Okay, it's all falling into place for me now. But I'm happy that you raised that, because I've often thought about that kind of conundrum of, okay, laser for hair removal and laser for hair stimulation. Hope they don't get it wrong.
Indeed.
Look, it's always interesting and fascinating to talk to you, John. It's Dr. John Holdsworth. John is a senior lecturer at the University of Newcastle in the Faculty of Science and Information Technology. Until next time, John, I will now look at light and lasers in a whole new light.
Excellent.
Thank you. 2NURFM.